Hey there, this is Laura from Client Portal, and in this video I want to show you how you can use Client Portal as a lightweight courseware option. So I've got an example portal in front of me here, and I'm going to log into it in just a second, but before I do, I want to give you a really quick disclaimer that Client Portal wasn't designed to be a courseware platform. So it's not going to have all the features that you would see in typical courseware software, like different learner management tools and all that kind of stuff. But it's actually really effective as an option if you want to create a course. It can be a video course, a text-based course, or it can be something as simple as a resource center or downloads or anything like that that you want to offer your clients or customers to help them. So I'm going to dive into how it works, and hopefully it's going to give you some ideas of how you can use it potentially in your business. So we've got a login here. Now this is the login screen that, so when you have a student, this is what they'll see. So they'll each have their username and password, and they can just log in anytime and access the course. So once they're in, you can see I've got a couple of things assigned to them. So you can have more than one portal assigned to any student or any client. So we've got a resources portal here, and then the full video course here. So we can look at each one of these. And you can, just a little side note, you can change the terminology on these. So it would say course instead of portal, and or courses instead of projects. It involves a little bit of code, but if you email us, we can supply that to you. It's just a little script that you need to put in your functions file. At the minute, I've left it as the default. It says projects, but like I said, you can change that. So if we have a look at the video course, you can see what I've done here. So this is based on a course that I actually have. It's called Design Fundamentals. So I've taken things out of that, just little previews to paste in here. And so you can see what they get when they log in is similar to a normal portal, but I've put a little video up here. So this is just an embedded video from Vimeo. And you can play it all within the portal. And I've just got a little bit of information on the private Facebook group that we have for the course and all that kind of stuff. So this course is intended to go through live, which means that everyone would start at the same time and finish at the same time. And that's why in these modules, I've got introduction for the current module, planning for the next module, and an estimated completion date. So the idea is that all students enroll at the same time and we all go through this together. And what I would do is I would make all of these inactive modules. As we get through to that lesson, I would make them active and then complete them when we've completed them. If you don't want that and you want more of a self-serve course that they can go through at any time, you can remove these 3 modules here, and you can just make it so all of these are always available so they can go through in any order. So I've just got it here, to show you now. I'll show you one of the lessons. So I've only got a couple of lessons because I didn't want to, put a lot of different lessons in, but hopefully it'll show you what you can do with it. So if you click on a module, we've got how to use this course. So this is just a video lesson of how to use it, which again is a Vimeo embed, but you can embed YouTube videos, any kind of videos in here. And then underneath, we've just got a write through with pictures and different things there, basically what you'd expect from a course. So you can set these modules. If I go back to the main dashboard, you can set these modules so your clients or your students can mark them as complete, or you can do it for them, or you can make it so they can't do that. So if they're going through on their own, they can tick when they've completed each lesson, which helps them keep track of where they are in your course. And then at the bottom, we've got a call to action that just says join our Facebook group. This is just a group that I have for my students, so they can share designs with each other and so on, but you can have anything there. So that's the courseware. Part of the portal. But let me show you the other portal, because you'll find in most courses you're going to need some extra resources. And I thought about putting them in this video courseware, but I wanted to keep this portal just purely course focused, so they can go through the course as and when, and in each one of the lessons there are different links to all these resources that I'm about to show you, but I wanted to have a separate portal here that just collates them all together, because you'll find that the thing that people keep referring back to are these resources. So even if you have a course somewhere else and you're hosting it on, say, Teachable or something, you can still use Client Portal as a kind of resource center, and just have something like this where they can, download a PDF from the slides, have a look, get the worksheet, get the different cheat sheets and spreadsheets and downloads and everything just all in one place. So it's also really good for working alongside an already existing course if you have that. So I'll show you some examples. Basically, this would be the downloading of the slides. I'm not going to download them. They're just previews anyway. It's not the full slides, but you can have all your slides there, which students often like to have. We've got a worksheet here, which is in a content page. And I've embedded a Typeform to show you what that would look like. So if anyone uses Typeform, you can embed those into Client Portal. But really, you can embed any type of form. So whatever you're using, if it's a WordPress form plugin, like Gravity Forms, that's fine. This is just a Typeform, and you can just fill it out, directly in here. And this is a free plan, by the way, of Typeform. So I think they have a free plan. You can get so many forms without even paying. So that's really good. And they can access all these from the sidebar, as you probably know already. But let me just see if there's any other ones I would like to show you. I've just got, little things to play around with. So we've got content templates. This is just a Google Doc. I've taken out most of the content because it's just for, students of the course. But you can link to Google Docs. I actually prefer to put questionnaires in Google Docs rather than a form or a downloaded PDF. And the reason for that is, I'll show you an example here. I think this one is a Google Doc. I like that customers or clients or students can just keep this and keep tweaking it, and it's not something that's actually submitted. So I actually really like using Google Docs as instead of a lot of forms, and you can comment on it and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's basically how to use it as a courseware product. And like I say, it doesn't have to be courseware, it doesn't have to be courses. You can use it as a resource center. So if you offer services to clients and you have cheat sheets or getting started workbooks or anything that they might need throughout the project, you can just create one of these. One really popular one is having a guide to working with, for example, a designer or a developer or something like that. And all these modules are just different informational, it could be videos, it could be text on how the different stages of working with you. So that's really good there. And the last thing I wanted to mention is if you use WooCommerce, you can use our WooCommerce integration to sell portal access. So this makes it even easier to use it as a courseware option. So you can go into WooCommerce, and all you would have to do is link it to your courseware. And then what would happen is when someone goes onto your website, they will just be able to see your course as a product. They'll be able to purchase it, and they'll get a login set up for them. They'll be automatically enrolled into the portal, and you won't have to do anything. So that makes it really, really easy to actually just sell courses or sell a collection of resources or basically anything you can think of, downloads, information, just whatever you have that's valuable that you could sell. You can now do this with WooCommerce. If you don't use WooCommerce, there are still other options. So you can either do it manually. So when someone buys, if it's a high touch thing, you could just add them manually, as you probably do already. Or you can have so when someone buys, you can have an email get sent to send them a registration form to self-register for the portal. That's a little bit more hands-off. Or you can just set up a course as a password protected portal. So if you go into the portal itself, on the right-hand side under visibility, you would just select password protected and enter a password. But if you need help with any of those options, feel free to just email me and I'll go through them with you. But yeah, that's basically how to use Client Portal as a courseware or a resources portal. So I hope that's been useful, and I hope that's given you some inspiration. I'd love to hear if you end up doing anything with this. But yeah, so enjoy.